back. We were talking about the Garmin new HUD heads-up display unit that Garmin came out with for smartphones, and we're going to continue talking about it because the Garmin, from what I'm reading and from what I found out about this new technology from Garmin, definitely this is something that motorists, people are gonna flock to, like Xavier was saying, because it keeps your eyes on the road, and that's what you want. Now, as we know, and we were saying before, that smartphones are pretty much taken over as the default navigation tool for many drivers. However, some locales, including some home states of California, have outright banned smartphone usage while in the car. No windshield mounts, because there are some laws against it because people still have accidents. No windshield mounts, no dashboard cradles, none of that can be used when you're driving your vehicle. Like here in Florida, we can still use a dashboard mount, or you can still connect the GPS to your windshield and stuff like that. But in some states, including California, they're saying that they have no windshield mounts, no dashboard cradles. So how are you going to get your turn-by-turn directions when looking at your phone is illegal while driving? Now, looking at your phone isn't illegal just while you're driving. How are you going to do it, especially if you're by yourself? Well, Garmin announced a new way to interact with its Street Pilot and navigation smartphone apps called the HUD, or heads-up display. This sits on the dashboard at the base of the windshield, right? So yes, it's on there, but it's flush, with the and we're going to show you a picture of it. It sits on the base of the dashboard at the base of the windshield, where it projects navigation data upwards onto the into the driver's line of sight on their windshield. You see? So either onto a transparent film affixed to the windshield glass, or a reflector lens that attaches to the HUD device. Both the film and the reflector lens are included with the Garmin GPS device. Now, Garmin states that the HUD will automatically adjust the brightness of its projections so that the display remains visible in direct sunlight, or at night. At night it'll be brighter, or in the day. Well, it doesn't have to be as bright as night because it's dark outside. But in the day, it needs to be brighter because sunlight and so forth. And at night, cars, their headlights are beaming into the car. It will adjust based on the lighting situation that you're in, so you can see it. The device will be powered by a 12-volt charging cable with an integrated USB port for keeping your smartphone charged as well. Now, what's your phone got to do with it? The HUD's data is provided by one of Garmin's navigation apps, either the Navigon or Street Pilot on Android, and iPhone or Windows 8 phone, smartphone. Any of those phone devices is compatible with this app. The heads-up display pairs with your headset via Bluetooth to communicate with the navigation app. Now, many phones can also simultaneously pair with your car's Bluetooth system to broadcast the spoken portion of the turn-by-turn direction and to take incoming calls if your car has that already set up. If you have an older car, then it will still project through the Bluetooth headset. In addition to turn-by-turn arrows, distance to the next turn, current speed, speed limits. The HUD can also display the estimated time of arrival, traffic lane guidance, traffic delays, upcoming safety, camera locations, excessive speed warnings. All of those things can be displayed on your heads-up display on the screen, so you have no reason to look away from looking right at the road. And by projecting this limited yet relevant data up in the driver's line of sight, Garmin claims that the HUD can help increase traffic safety and reduce driver distraction, according to the people at Garmin. Having used the heads-up display before in different vehicles, Garmin is saying that they should point out that this thing also looks pretty cool. Now, enough of this type of thing, that you want to see how this thing is going to look. Now, according to Garmin, the HUD will carry a manufactured suggested retail price, MSRP, of $130 when it becomes available this summer. Factor in at least an additional $30 for the Garmin Street Pilot or Navigon app for your smartphone that you'll need to power this thing. But overall, so let's say $160 for the GPS unit and this helpful app. I think this is definitely going to be a good thing. So let me just show you a picture of this so you can see kind of what you will be looking at when you have this app installed on your smartphone and how this thing is going to look when it's in your car. Because, I mean, that's really the key. You're not just interested in hearing how good it is. You want to see this thing in action. You want to see it working. Now, we don't have a video of it, but what we have is a picture of this thing, how this thing looks. And there you go, right there. This is your car. This is the GPS unit. Now, matter of fact, let me see if I can enlarge this a bit, because I know many of you are saying, man, that's too small. I can't see a thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to enlarge that. All right. Now, you got to be able to see that unless unless you're blind. This is the GPS unit right here, and this is the heads-up display that's right here on your windshield. And as you can see, you're still able to see out, but right here is where, and this is the steering wheel right here. This is the steering wheel. So obviously the driver is right there. You're right. So just imagine yourself sitting right at the steering wheel. You're going to see this is the turn, this is a right turn right here. All the information about speed, how many miles you have to go, all of that. You can customize it to show what you want it to show on this heads-up display right here. So if you want to see speed, you want to see traffic alerts, you want to see how many miles to your destination, you want to see the next, the arrow, the lane guidance to make sure you're not swerving in and out. All of that can be seen. You just have to customize it right here. All of that information is right here, and your eyes is right there on the road. There's nothing on your windshield. There's something here, but you can't see that from the outside. So this won't break any laws or anything like that. You're not looking down. You're not distracted. And this is definitely the next wave when it comes to GPS, when it comes to directions. This is definitely the next wave, the next technology coming out for GPS. Because right now, whether you're using your phone or you're using a handheld unit, you still have to look down. This is the first system that allows you to continually look at the road and still see all that GPS navigation. This is the next level, and you're hearing about it right here on Tech Pulse. So we're going to, we're going to keep abreast of this situation and let you know how it works, how people are liking it, and if you get this thing when it comes out this summer, because it's not out yet, but it's coming out this summer for about $130 for the Garmin, and then another $30 for the app. The app isn't free, but it's a good app, so I think it's worth it. We're going to see exactly how this thing works out. Now, speaking of things that are coming out, remember last week we talked about, I think it was Friday, we talked about how Motorola was coming out with a phone that is fully customizable. And when I say customizable, I mean right down to the graphics processor. You can say you want a Qualcomm quad-core Snapdragon processor, 500. You want a NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor instead. You can get the size of the screen. You can get all those things. You can customize yourself with this phone that they're coming out with. Now, some specs have come out about the Moto X phone that's is going to sport a so-called clear pixel camera with gesture controls. But let me ask one of my compatriots in the studio here, Jaden, what do you think about a phone coming out that allows you to customize it from the ground up? I mean, would you like a phone that you can decide, I want a 4.3-inch screen, or I want a smaller screen, 3.8-inch screen. I want Super AMOLED, meaning you want those rich colors. You want the processor. Because right now, when you buy a phone, your only options are how much memory you get, like 8 gig, 16 gigabyte, 32, stuff like that. Maybe you can get a screen size or something like that. But this phone that Motorola is coming out with, it allows you to build a phone, even the operating system, before you even get the phone. Do you see that this is something that people are going to want, a phone that they can 100% fully customize? Or do you think people they just want to go and buy a phone? They don't want to have to worry about how much memory, all that stuff. What do you think?
I think that people, they're going to buy, the customizable phone because if you're gonna just buy a whole new phone for
right.
for $200 or
right.
$300, you can just customize your phone. Like you don't like the phones that you get. They're like 3 inches or
Right.
like 5 inches. You can like make it your own, like to your own standards.
Right.
Like some phones you don't get like a 4-inch phone like every day. It's mostly a 5, 3.
Right.
So I think people are gonna buy it.
People are gonna buy it. Well, what do you think, Xavier? Do you think that people would like? I mean, do you agree with Jaden right there? People are going to. This is something people will like a fully, because this is going to be a first. Because phones don't come customizable like that, you know. But like Jaden is saying, and he brings up a good point. He's saying that people want to be able to customize their phone totally to them. I mean, are you someone that likes a big phone? Are you someone that likes a big phone, or would you like a smaller phone? Would you like to be able to customize your phone from top to bottom?
I would like to customize the phone from top to bottom, because, like, some phones, like, some people, they don't even know how to use it.
Right.
So, I would like to customize it to your personal needs.
Right. So
you would
like,
know where to put, you would know where you put everything.
Right. And the size of it, you would
Yeah.
know like how fast it, and then you could get the apps that are relevant to you. You don't have to just get whatever apps come with the phone and you're not going to use them. So you think this by Motorola is a good thing? You think more companies should adopt this policy of customizing your own phone?
Yeah, I think Motorola, they stepped up their game.
Oh, Motorola stepped up their game. And the thing is, Google bought Motorola, as many of you know. So this is just one of the new features that Google is bringing to Motorola. I mean, because right now, and we're coming up on a break, but right now, the most you can customize in a phone is the memory. Like you can get 8 gigs, 16 gigs, 32. That's about it. You know, the screen size, if they come out with different versions, you can get it, but most phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S4, is a 5-inch screen. That's it. You don't get. They're coming out with a Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini, but for right now, you could only get that. So if I want Samsung Galaxy S4, I have to have a 5-inch screen, or no, that's it. I can't have anything else. If I want a HTC One, all I can get is that screen, and it has to come with those specs. So like Xavier and Jaden are saying, they're saying that by being able to customize your phone, not only can you make the phone truly yours, but the price. You know, maybe I don't want a $500 phone that comes with a quad-core Snapdragon processor. Maybe I don't need a quad-core. Maybe I just need a dual-core. You know what I'm saying? So even the price, you can customize. So we're going to talk more about this Motorola X phone that comes with this clear pixel camera with gesture control. This is what it's, and this is the one that's fully customizable. These are the things you're going to be able to choose with your phone and how you want it to work. So more about that coming up right after the break. Stay tuned.